Old habits die hard. These are the 7 financial hills that I will die on that save me over $22,000 a year. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Canna Campbell, also known as Sugar Mama, and I am the founder of financial literacy platform Sugar Mama TV. Now today I want to share with you the 7 simple things that I have been doing ever since I can remember that have helped me save so much money. And of course, those savings have been redirected intentionally into other areas of my financial well-being to support my financial journey. Now I say this because it's really important. We're all given opportunities to save money, but sometimes when we save money, we just end up spending it elsewhere. So my key point here is any of these saving ideas that you like and you decide to apply in your own life, or perhaps you already apply them in your own life, make sure you take the time to use those savings and intentionally redirect them to one of your financial goals. All right, let me share with you these because they're really simple. Even if I had $30 million in the bank, I would still do these. And I actually really love these habits, not just because of the savings, but because of the value it gives me back into my life. All right, so the first one is having coffee at home. Now, I like to have 2 coffees a day. Okay, sometimes maybe 3 if I've had a bad night's sleep. But by having a homemade coffee, this saves me at least $13 a day. Now, over the course of a year, that is over $4,745. And in fact, if I was to include Tom in this, because he always has 2 coffees in the morning with me, we can double that figure to over $9,000. Now, when you get into the habit of making your coffee at home, it can become a really rich, beautiful ritual. There is something so soulful and sacred about having a hot coffee, a homemade coffee, in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Now, for me, that means getting up super early with Tom, get to have a chat before the kids wake up, and I get to do a little bit of work on the sofa, maybe clear my emails, have a cuddle with the dogs, and just kind of mentally prepare before the day kicks off. So simple, but actually really good for the soul. Number 2, and again, this is one of the ones I have always done this and I will always continue to do this, not just because of the savings, but also because of wastage, which is a really pet peeve of mine. It really irks me. And that is I will cut open all the tubes, the bottles, the containers, and get every single drop of product out of that. So that might be sunscreen, body moisturizers, even foundations. Sometimes my products I will think are just completely empty, and then I'll cut it open and discover there's so much product still in there, and I'll get a month or 2's worth of use out of that. Now that means, yes, those savings are quite small. I probably save about $30 per month, but over the course of the year, that's over $360 worth of savings. And then I get this immense satisfaction by putting that container all nice and clean, all used up, into the recycling bin. Number 3, now this is really important to me, and this is probably the one that I need the most amount of self-control and discipline on, and that is packing my own snacks. I have a really sweet tooth, and it's buying food, especially snacks, is my love language. I can't just go and buy a muffin for myself. I have to buy a muffin for the kids as well. If I'm seeing someone, I'll take them a muffin. I love anything chocolatey, biscuits, a chocolate croissant. I have no self-control. But when I intentionally pack snacks, which is really easy to do, I'll share some hacks in a second, you save so much money. You don't even need to go into a cafe. You can walk straight past. There's no temptation, there's no distraction. I find I actually get a lot more done in my day because I'm not sort of wandering around stopping and eating and snacking and sitting down in a cafe. I kind of just get on and go. Now, some of the best ways for me to actually do this in an efficient way, because I'm pretty time poor, and that is when I'm doing the kids' snacks and I'm making their lunches for school, I will put aside a plate for myself. I'll chop up carrots, cucumbers, maybe put some dip, hummus, or baba ganoush or tara masalata. I love those sorts of things. And another favorite snack of mine is to do a Greek yogurt bowl, which is full of protein, and it keeps me feeling full for the rest of the day. Now, I've worked out this saves me at least $40 per week. And over the course of the year, that works out to be $2,080 each year. Now, one of the other upsides beyond my bank balance is actually it's so much healthier. When I go and pack my own snacks, which I should also add sometimes includes a hard-boiled egg, I find that I eat a lot less junk and I have so much more energy. I feel healthier and more responsible, and I tend to be a lot more focused for the rest of the day because I haven't stopped and snacked on like really sugary treats. All right, number 4, I love being at home. I'm actually a massive homebody. I'm a Cancerian. I love my home. It's really important to me. It's where I go to relax, reset, recharge my batteries. So for me, like having a quiet weekend is no sweat. I just love hanging out at home, kind of getting on top of like the life admin or the laundry or tidying the house or doing a bit of a declutter and just like taking the day nice and slowly, having fun with the kids, maybe like, watching a movie with them or like just having some time out to myself just to relax in my bedroom and not feel the stress and pressure to be somewhere or to get dressed up and do my hair and makeup, but I can just lounge around in my dressing gown or my pajamas or my tracksuit pants, not wear any makeup, and not go out and spend money. Something about it I really absolutely love. And this probably saves me on average about $100 per week. And in fact, my danger with this is sometimes I can be too much of a homebody and forget about like catching up with friends. All right, habit number 5 that I will always do, not just for the savings, and that is pre-loved. It amazes me as to how many people will buy something and never actually wear it. I buy so much of my clothes, particularly clothes from Depop. I buy clothes that still have the tags hanging off, and I reckon I save anywhere between sort of 40 to sometimes 80% off my clothes. Now, I love the fact that this is so much more responsible for the environment, obviously less landfill, but also you can go on and, sometimes sell those clothes after you're done with them. It has saved me an absolute fortune. And particularly, with the rising cost of living and inflation, I used to buy myself one beautiful handbag every single year. Right now, I just don't think it's worth it. The new handbag prices are absolutely wild. So when it does come to me buying a beautiful handbag, 9 times out of 10, I will buy it pre-loved. And one of my favorite places to buy is actually Trading in Style. Actually, this handbag, it's a Bottega Veneta, which I bought for approximately, I think about maybe 60 or 70% off the full retail price. And it looks like it's in such good condition. I highly suspect that it is never actually seen the light of day until it arrived into my life. So seeing these savings, I find it really hard to justify the newly inflated prices for luxury handbags. And of course, where I can, I try and save money on clothes. Now, this alone probably saves me about $3,000 a year. And in fact, if I'm really honest, I probably save a lot more than that. All right, hill number 6, and that is self-tan. Now, when there is a special occasion coming up, I will get my girlfriend, Liesl, who's an amazing mobile spray tanner, to come to my house and spray me. And she is an absolute perfectionist, and she's someone who is so funny. The only risk is you might laugh so hard when she's spray tanning you. Now, for me, that's something that's a special thing. It's, as I said, a special occasion event where I need to be tanned or I'm about to go, say, on a holiday. But other than that, I actually do my own self-tan. I just use a really natural, like organic based, like no nasty ingredients, self-tan. I'll put it on my face, on my chest, on my arms during winter, or in summertime I'll put it all over my body. But generally speaking, I just reserve getting a professional spray tan for special events only. In between that time, I'll do my own self-tan. Now, this saved me approximately $100 per month, which over the course of the year is $1,200. I should also include in there that I actually do my own eyebrows as well. And financial hill number 7, which is actually the biggest savings of all, and that is I'm a massive fan of loyalty programs. So the first one I love and I use the most is probably Woolworths. So I have a Everyday Rewards membership. I can see my savings every week. I also have my pet insurance linked to my Woolworths account. So if I do a shop in store per month, I can save up to $50. I also use click and collect, so I save money on picking up. I don't pay for that delivery fee. And I bank all my Woolworths Everyday Reward points. Now this adds up during the year, and I tend to use it at a really expensive time of the year like Christmas, which is naturally an expensive time of the year, so I really appreciate those savings. Now the other 2 loyalty programs which I think are amazing value is the Adairs Linen Lovers. Now I've spoken about my love for good quality linen in previous videos, but The Adair's Linen Lovers is amazing. You do have to pay for it. It's an annual subscription. It doesn't cost much. I think it's like maybe $20 or something like that. But you are able to access the most amazing discounts, and you get access to the early sales, and you can also link it to your Qantas frequent flyer points, which brings me to the other loyalty program that I absolutely love. Now, Tom does a lot of flying to Hong Kong. He's there every other week and stays there for a week. And we both fly loyally with Qantas. I love their membership rewards program, and Tom is obviously able to collect a lot of frequent flyer points, and I always try to make sure that I fly with Qantas whenever I jump on a plane. Now, those frequent flyer points, yes, sometimes you have to be quite strategic in when you use them, but when we do use them, because flights are so expensive these days, we save at least $5,000 a year just from our Qantas frequent flyer program. Now, all these savings, both the little ones and of course the substantial ones, really do add up over time. But the important thing here is that you intentionally redirect those savings. It is so easily, when you discover new savings, to be a part of almost like a lifestyle creep where you end up spending the money elsewhere and you're actually no better off. The important thing here is that when you save money, you on the spot immediately transfer that money towards one of your financial goals, whether it be paying down debt, putting more money into superannuation, or perhaps building up emergency savings, or even better, if you want, you could use it to kickstart or even accelerate your investment plan. My point is, make sure you grab those opportunities and use them to your financial advantage. All those little savings really do add up. So when you add up just my savings alone, excluding Tom's coffee savings and excluding Tom's frequent flyer points, I personally save at least over $22,000 a year, which over the course of 10 years is over $220,000, which is absolutely wild. So why wouldn't you want to try and find some savings in your life and start redirecting them to your financial future? Trust me, your future self will not regret it. All right, if you want to know more about where I put my money, how I invest it, and what my financial goals are, let me know. And if you have any particular topics that you want me to cover in next week's video, please let me know in the comments box below. But in the meantime, of course, make sure you're subscribed. That notification bell is switched on, and I will see you next Sunday.